Good morning folks, and welcome one and all to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You joined me today for day 6 of our holiday, and it's day 6 of our daily vlog by the pool. Now, we've got up a bit later today, myself, Mrs H and little Toby James. We've been stay-abed sluggards, and as a result, we've missed breakfast at the hotel. We'll have to pay for a brekkie hot potters out on the US 192, I think. But a change is as good as a rest, as they say, so I think we'll try Golden Coral later, and we'll see what the brekkies are like. We've had evening meals from there, and we've had pretty decent service, so we'll see what brekkie's like from there. Well, that's the way we'll get round it, I think. Otherwise, we'll have to starve, and that will never do, will it? Now, yesterday, unfortunately, I got a little bit sunburnt. We visited Epcot, which, if some of you have watched my video from there, you know, regarding the telephone boxes, are they genuine? To find out, you'll have to watch the video. I'll put a link up to it now. You'll see that it was a nice day. It was pretty decent, and it was very hot. Unfortunately, Mr H got sunburnt. So that's why I'm covered up today. I don't want to get too much sun and ruin the rest of the holiday, do I? So, today we're going to hit Hollywood Studios, which is Walt Disney World's third gate, or the third park that they built. I think it was built sometime in the early 90s, something like that. But don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, Hot Potters. I'm not as much a Disney, you know, fan as a lot of you probably are out there, so don't flame me if I've got the date wrong. Right, we're going to hit that today, and what we're going to do, we're going to take a little walk if we can, around the new Star Wars land that they've opened, which is Galaxy's Edge. I doubt we'll get in there, but we may do, you never know. Now, today's theme for the video is going to be Star Wars, seeing as we're going to be heading to Hollywood Studios / Star Wars land. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put it out there, regarding Star Wars. Do you like the Star Wars trilogy? You know, the prequels, the sequels, the old George Lucas thing, or do you not? Now, I'm going to say here and now that I don't get it personally. I'll be honest, although I was born in 1974, so I was around at the time, you know, the original Star Wars film hit the cinemas back in 1977. I simply didn't get it, and the reason I put it down to me not getting the films and not really buying into them, and I can take them or leave them, is when they first came out, I didn't get to go to the cinema and watch it. And I think at the time, because all the effects that they put into the original film back in 1977 was cutting edge, you only got the full effect of them if you watched it in the cinema. Now, by the time I got to watch the first film, it would be around 1983, probably when Return of the Jedi or whatever the other film was, hit the cinemas. And the idea was they put the original on the television to try and get you to go and watch the new film that was out in the cinemas and remind you about it. So I got to watch it on one of the old style 80s televisions. You know, it was mono, there was no stereo back in them days. You didn't have a remote control, and it was just crap watching it on a television because it hadn't been made for a television, in fairness, or British TVs as there was back then, you know. So I think that's the reason why I didn't get it, you know, while all the other kids was out there doing the scenes from the original film, and they was buying the little action figures and the sticker books and all the other merchandise that came out at the time. I just simply didn't get it. It passed me by, I've got to be honest. And the only bit that I remember from the original film is that bit where R2-D2 stuck on that little loop, and you know, it's playing that thing with Princess Leia saying, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only help," and whatever it was. That's the only bit I remember. That and that bit where they're in that bar and they play that music, do 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 do. That's the only bits I remember. So it doesn't say much, that does it? Seeing as it was a big massive film at the time. But the theme of today's little vlog, because I'm going to try and keep it short today because I'm pushed for time, is: do you get Star Wars or do you not? Are you like me, it just passes you by and you can take it or leave it? I'm sure the older viewers of this series of videos and my channel will say I'm not bothered about it, but if you're roughly around my age, in the 40s, are you a big Star Wars fan or are you not? Now, another little thing I want to do quickly before I go is say that I apologise for yesterday's vlog being uploaded later than it normally has been. Simply, I had technical issues, as they say in Disney, and I just couldn't get it to string together, and it kept coming with an error screen, and Mrs H was getting itchy feet and she was saying, come on Mr H, me and little Toby, we want to be getting out, we want to hit the parks. So I had to say, sod it, I'll do it when I return home. You know, home, back to the hotel room, should I say. So probably these vlogs, you'll probably be seeing them later in the day, if indeed the day after. Simply because now I'm getting up later and I've got on a Floridian time, and I'm not up at a sparrow's fart. I'm pushed for time to get it all edited, get a shave, shower, shoe shine and hit the parks, you know. We're trying to work our day now around Toby. We've found that he usually goes to sleep about 11 o'clock Florida time and 3 o'clock. So we're trying to get in so he's up and awake and he sees things, you know, rather than we're just pushing him around in a pram and he's zonked out. So I do apologise if you get these vlogs and you get to see them iddly-piddly. I am recording them in the morning, but I'm uploading them later in the day, and that's probably what will happen with this very one. Right then, that out of the way, I'm going to get out of here now, and I'm going to get back up to the room and collect Mrs H and little Toby James, and we're going to go out onto US 192 and get some brekkie and something to eat. So folks, until the next time, when it'll be day 7 of our holiday and day 7 of our day late vlog by the pool, it is bye-bye for now.